Christmas has always been a special time in my family. I'm blessed to have godly parents who always tried to make the most of every Christmas. They met my needs, introduced me to the real reason for the holidays, and daily said those words that we all long to hear. I love you. When I was 13, my parents decided to take me on a missions trip to the capital of the Philippine Islands, Manila. I saw poverty like I have never seen before. Children with no parents just begging in the streets, and hunger, a feeling I've never really experienced, was just a part of everyday life for many of the children at the feeding center. It was at that feeding center that I was exposed to something else that I'd never known before: human trafficking. Without any knowledge of the danger, my parents allowed me to take a ride in a pedicab, one of the usual modes of transportation along the crowded streets of Manila. They snapped a souvenir photo when I was off, and it wasn't until the driver turned the corner that the realization of what just happened sunk in. I was gone, and they had no idea who I was with or if I would ever be returned. For 20 minutes or so, my parents begged God for my safe return. They say it was one of the most frightening moments of their lives. The man made numerous stops to show me off to random men at multiple locations. He spoke Tagalog, so I don't know what he said or if my life was ever really in danger, but I do know that that short little ride around the block that my parents had paid him for turned into a much longer ride that would change my life forever. I remember my parents grabbing me and hugging me when the driver finally came back. They just kept saying, "I love you. Are you okay? I love you." I've thought about that day many times over the years. Not as much about what could have happened to me or even what my parents experienced during those terrifying moments, but I think more about the little girls that didn't have parents praying for their safe return. I think about the ones that never came back, the victims, the lost. Where are they? What's happened to them? Did they have parents who loved them? I just want to reach out to them. I want to hold them close and say, "Child, you are loved." This Christmas, I am incredibly blessed to have parents, a husband, brothers, an uncle, an aunt, cousins, and many friends who love me. But most importantly, I know Jesus loves me. And someday, I'll see Jesus, and he will hold me in his arms and say, "Child, you are loved." If you can give nothing tangible for Christmas this year, give the most important gift of all, love. Love was born in a manger, and it was meant to be shared.
Do you see the wise men coming from afar, traveling through the darkness to the radiant star? And can you see the stable filled with heaven's light, and the lowly manger that holds our hope tonight? Do you hear the footsteps of shepherds and of kings, running to behold him, bringing offerings? And can you hear the baby, hear his gentle cry, amidst the sound of angels and Mary's lullaby? Do you hear what I hear? Our God of heaven is drawing near with this message from above: "Child, you are loved." Do you know the story of of God's redeeming heart. Despite your fears and failures, He loves you as you are. And reaching out in mercy, He gently lifts your face and says, my child, your sin and shame are covered by my grace. Do you hear what I hear? Our God of heaven is drawing near with this message from above. Child, you are message from above. Child, you are loved. With this message from above.